A super fun solo to learn how to play that's got a lot of blues licks and a lot of little bizarre bending elements in it is Hotel California by the Eagles. Now, before we get started with the solo, let's take a look at the rhythm a little bit just so we understand why some of the things are actually happening. Now, the chord progression is actually in the key of B minor, which if you know anything about your music theory, B minor is really also the key of D major. Okay, so we're going to be using the chords of D major, which are also B minor, which is D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, and B minor. And then there's a C sharp diminished, but we're not using that. Here's the problem, though. There's two problems with this song. First of all, the F sharp minor in the key of D major, or the key of B minor, which is the same thing. In this song, they don't use F sharp minor. They use F sharp major, which is borrowed from a scale that we call harmonic minor. And I don't want you to get all weirded out by that because it doesn't really matter. But the point is what happens is your F sharp minor chord that you would normally have will become F sharp major. And that's why you're going to hear these weird little bends that happen in this song. And I'll show you where those come up. But that's why that's happening, is because they're changing things to accommodate the sound of that unusual chord right here. Right there. The other thing that you'll see in this song is that there's also an E major and an E minor in this song. So we'll kind of look at that as we go through the solo, but I want you to be aware of that. So here's what the chord progression looks like. You've got B minor, F sharp major, that's the big one, and A, E, this is another one that we watch for, then G, D, and here's the E minor that we should get, and it heads back to that F sharp major, which is the weird one. Okay, so let's break down the solo a little bit. And of course, you have the tab because this thing is quite long. And so I'll do my best to try and explain all the parts to you, but it is pretty long. So I'm going to try and hit the most important parts for you to help you out a little bit here. So when we start off, we're bending that up a step and a half. That's the first thing. Okay, that's over B minor, which if you think about it is up here. So we're bending to that note right there. And right there we go 10, 12 to 9. Here it comes. Right there, that note right there. That is the F sharp major sound, where we normally should get F sharp minor, but we're not. We're going to this 8 right here. So you have, here it comes. And then, which sounds really cool. So now what we're doing is we're going to hit that same note again, but we're going from 9 to 11 to 9, and then we're going down to 7, and then we're going to bend it up a half step. Now you can bend it with your first finger like this, or you could, sometimes I'll jump over and use my third finger instead, so I have all 3 of these fingers to bend it up. Whatever works for you, because it's fine either way. Comes. Sorry. And then, okay, then we go into this thing. Okay, so what happens there is you're playing 9, 8, 9, and 9, 7, 9 in the same little lick. Sorry. And then, okay, then we're going to head back to that 7 at the end. So we have, again, there's that weirdness again, okay? So we're playing 10, we're bending it up, playing the 10 underneath, playing the 10 again, bringing it back down, going to the 7, 10, but then we're going to go to this 8 and bend it up a half step. Now, why are we doing that? Because we're going to an E chord. We're going to that note right there. See, so they're aware of what's happening. That's what makes this so cool. Whether or not they can define these things doesn't really make any difference. We just know that they're aware of it as they're playing. So we have, okay. And there, we're just playing some straightforward blues stuff. Okay, then we go to this part. So there, what we're doing is doing a bend up, going to the 10 on the first string, doing a traditional kind of blues thing there, going to the 7 underneath, so we have to drop down. So right there we've got 7, 6, 7. Then we come off that going. See that? So now I'm doing that little 7 bend. Then we end with. Okay, so that's the first part of this. Then we go into the second part of this, which is the. Okay, so we're starting off with this, and then we're going to go into that instead. So we have. And we end with. And then he does a little kind of little flip at the end. That kind of thing. So you just kind of jump up. Okay, then we've got this cool thing. Okay, so we're bending up that 11 too high because we're doing the E chord again, which is sitting right here. So we're bending that up a whole step. So there we're kind of jumping over the fretboard. We come up. See how we go right to that 10 from. And we play 7, 10, 7. So we have. And then we have this lick. And again, there's that E sound again, that chord. So we have. So we're doing a 10, 12, and then 10, 10, and then 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, that's a seriously cool lick right there. All right, now we're going to go into this thing. Okay, so it starts off pretty straightforward. And remember, rewind the video as much as you need to learn these little parts. Sorry. There's 2 bends there. Then we come up here. So we bend up, hit the 17. And here we do this little chromatic walk. So we bend that up a whole step at the end. And then you just go back to the 17, but I give it a little blues bend. Okay, then you're gonna go. So you have da 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 da. Okay, so there's another kind of guitar kind of over the top of that, so you got to listen a little bit. Okay, then we move into the third section, which is this. Let's see. I have to think about it in my head so I can explain it to you. Okay, so here what we're doing is 12 and 10. We're bending that 12 up, which is kind of a high bend. Normally you'd think you'd play 13, but we're not. We're going to play 12 and just bend it up higher. And then right there, we're going to play 11, 9, 7, 9, 8, and then jump up to the 11 right there, which is that chord right there. So we have. And then one of the coolest licks of all time is the. Now all you're doing is bending up to 12 a whole step, and then you're going to You just keep stopping it as you keep going. And then you do your pull off. And then you do that again. So you have da-da-da-da-da-dun. Then you do this lick, which is 10, 11, 9, 7, and you head back up. Now we've got our descension lick that sets us up for the end of this song. Now right there, we're going to change this. So we have this bend, and we're going to go 7, 7, 10, 9, 7, 7, 9, 9, and then it's going to change right after that. So we can do... Then here what we're going to do is we're going to go... So we're going to go to the 9 on the 5th string twice. Like that. So we have... There it is. Then we're just going to walk down and walk back up like this. So if I play the whole thing together, and then we're going to go. So we have. Okay, now we're going to do the signature little walk up. There's that 11 again, and then F sharp, right? And then F sharp. Okay? Now we'll do the end as well, but that's what I want you to think about a little bit, is taking each part. Like when I've learned this solo, because I've learned it over and over and over throughout my life, the goal is to take each little piece, and by piece I don't mean section, I mean little piece, and just build that in your head so you can see it. And then connect it to the next part. Don't try and just sit and read the tab and that sort of thing. Try and get your brain to connect to each one. And of course, it certainly helps to be familiar with the song. Like if you really intuitively listen to the solo over and over and over, this is a solo you can very much sing. Probably not out loud, certainly not for me, not out loud, but it's something that you can sing and be able to replicate. So that's what I do. So we're at the very end now. We've just finished our... Okay, now we're going to be doing just these groups of 3 notes. Okay, now there's a few different ways that you can do this. I'm just going to show you a nice, easy way of keeping everything into a little box. So you're going to play 10, 12, 9, or excuse me, 12, 10, 11. And then you're going to move down and play 9, 11, 11. And then when you get done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're going to go from 12 to 14. Now you could bend it if you want to, and that would work too. I just tend to slide because that way I can be far more accurate with the ends of these things because they're so important. So when I've done this one live with another guitar player, I tend to just slide to my notes to make sure that I'm not out of tune at all when I play along with the other guitar player. So. Now we're going to play 9, 10, 9. And then we're going to play 7, 9, 9. We're going to slide to the 12th fret. Then we're going to play 7, 8, 7. And then we're going to play 5, 7, 7. Then you slide up to your 10. Then we're going to come down here and do 3, 5, 4. And we're going to move up, and this is the weird one, 6. We're going to do 6, 7, 7, which is mimicking the F sharp major there. And we're going to go to the 9th fret instead. So if you think about it, if you just layer it down, you're going 14, 12, 10, right? So we got... then you do your next group. Then you do your next group. There's your 10, right? And then we do the last one. But we move to 6 this time. and we head to 9. So this is a super neat solo. Again, please be patient with these things. When you're learning any solos, be patient and take your time with these. It's not how fast can I play it so I can learn it and then forget it. These are great. I mean, if you're jamming with other people, these are really fun songs to pull out and go, hey, we should play some Hotel California. And, if nothing else, give your other guitar player those chords and you just do your thing. And do your thing over the top. So have fun with this one.